I want to start off tonight by recognizing those people who already have a bunch of orders. So we'll call your name. Michelle is fast tracking Vernon, right? And so Vernon shows up then. But 3 orders so far are Vernon, Kristen Basse, Gloria Hare, Jamin, Shine Flu, Gwen O'Rourke, Sarah Ray, Teresa Frost, Sherry Montoya, Bella Davis, and she could probably make a bonus, Michelle. She's really close with her. Patricia Barnes, Elaine Roberts, Mallory McClay, Marissa Darby, and then 4 customers. We've got 6 on the line. It has 4 customers. Kathy Crispin, Abby Griffin, and Yaides has 5. And she's on the line too. Yay. Congratulations, you guys, already. We're halfway through the month. So I think tonight is a really good time to really think about your business in particular. And what we find usually is that we have no problem, but we might have a little bit of fear, a little bit of moving outside of our comfort zone to share the product. And we know it's going to take a number of exposures, and we like doing all the healthy events, but we're usually lagging behind on introducing the business. Is that true? Okay. Yeah, if you have background noise, mute. So anyway, tonight we're going to share with you a website and just information about the Freedom Revolution so that you guys can get excited about building team. Because a couple of things hold us back. One is that maybe we don't have the right resources that we wish we had. And also maybe we're afraid that once we do get a new team member, what are we going to do with them? So those are a couple of things that we discuss with that new website. And Ben's going to do his view on that.
Yeah.
Start us off.
Can you mute everybody and then I'll unmute?
There you go.
Okay, great. Are you recording tonight? Oh, you are. Okay, cool. Great. So I just want to welcome everybody. We're super excited about this new resource. It's the Freedom Revolution with the in the name, thefreedomrevolution.com. And, you know, we already have great resources out there, but there's something kind of new and exciting. And, you know, it's kind of like you already have a car to drive, but sometimes it's fun to get a new car, you know, or some new clothes or something. So it's really, really important. So this resource is, I really think it's going to help us in building our business, to help you have resources to build your business. You know, most people on here have limited time. Even if you're doing this full time, your time is valuable. So you have a limited amount of time. So it's really important, not just even with something like this website, but in everything you do, to try to build systems and to try to use resources or even create resources as you do things. That's why it's so helpful to, you know, forward Voxer messages or just take notes and then, or send on the text of what somebody could write to somebody. These are all resources, and that helps us maximize our time. Doing something really consistent and keeping it really simple is what makes something duplicatable. You hear us talk about duplicatable all the time, and this needs to be duplicatable. The reason why that's so important is because we want to make sure we're spending our time on activities that are income producing and really helpful to people. It's not helpful if you're doing presentations and you create a presentation from scratch every time, or if you're trying to figure out where is this located or that located. That doesn't help you. So when we have a resource like this website, it keeps it really simple. And this one in particular is a little bit more simple than even the mission-driven model. That would be more of a deeper resource than this. So the fact that we're doing it consistently, we're sending people to a website over and over, on one hand, it can seem kind of boring, but it's not boring, because you got to remember, the people that are new, they haven't gone through that first presentation. They haven't been to their first event. They haven't been to the website for the first time. So it's really important to do that. And when you have duplication with good systems, that allows you to have good growth. So depending on how large your team is, well, let's just say this, when you have a small team, it's kind of easy. It's almost like you're working with a buddy. But as you start to duplicate, imagine you had more and more distributors. And now when you start to get a really large team, and you can get 10, 20, 30, 50. You know, Sharon and I have, I think I saw today because I was downloading our report, your report, Sharon, something like 670 team members in the organization. So we don't even know a lot of the people that come on to the team. They're down pretty far. So we don't really have like contact in the training process. So it's important for us to use the system, and the same thing for you to keep using those systems so that the good training and the good information keeps duplicating through the entire organization. And that's going to be attractive to people too. When they come in onto your team, you know how it is, you know, people need the right information in order to be successful. So we're always striving to find the right resources in order to get them going and make it really, really good. So I think it's a really cool website. Hopefully you've checked it out. If not, make sure you do that. I know you'll want to after this. But even as I was saying in the beginning with talking to Michelle, just the intro video is super good. It's a basic intro to the business, and the whole site is designed so that you could send prospective people to it. That's something mission-driven model we couldn't really do, because you would send somebody there. You couldn't really send them there if they were just thinking about the business. But this one, the really deep stuff is password protected. So they can go there and just see a general intro to the business, and then they have stories. You know, it's all video based, and for different categories of people, like athletes, entrepreneurs / free spirits. I like that one. Medical professionals, parents, professionals, teachers, prime time, which is the older generation, and military. And even just going through those, Sharon's going to give you some ideas on how to use some of that stuff. And then there's a whole FAQ section that has product-related questions that are super common, things like what about soy, and what about just some of the basic things, you know, is it organic and all that stuff. Great videos that you can send to people. You can even copy the link and just send it in a text message. So it's a really good resource. And then it does get deeper, but there's a password on it. And I'm sure Sharon's going to go over how to do all that. But I just wanted to emphasize how important it is to use a system when you train your new people and to bring people to it, because whatever you do, that's what they're going to do. And that's going to create success for you if you're doing the right thing. So I think Sharon's going to go a little deeper into some of this stuff. So I'm going to turn it over to her.
Hi, guys. Well, our vision is to kind of take it apart and work on different things throughout the weeks, but we're going to give you a good overview. We want you to be very excited about this website because it's really important. It's really important for you to dive in and make the most of it. I think it's going to really help you with your business. And I'm excited to share with you what I've seen, you know? And so I wanted, as he was talking, I remembered that I did already text somebody saying kind of what he mentioned. And this was to Allie. Do you see this? Hey, lady, I finally have some legs under me again to get back with you. We have a new website, which is awesome for our business. Would love for you to check it out. At least the 2-minute video on the front page. Okay, so you can make up whatever. You're just starting conversation. So after that, the conversation went on, okay? And she's a little busy and all that stuff. But, you know, it's really a number of exposures that you're looking for. And you just want to make as many connections and exposures as you can every single day. You know, it doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be that you're doing it. You know, you're talking to people. That's how we get paid. We get paid just to reach out and touch someone. So here is the new website. And over to the right, it says, visit our companion site, Healthy Living Revolution and Shred 10. So those are the companion sites about the products. This is about the business, and it's also to help people start up. Okay, so now I've got the writing on the, so whoever just—
We can't see the website.
Well, you can't see the website. Oh, I
You
must
can
fall
only see
apart.
your,
I did the wrong share. Okay, so now I could try to turn off the annotation. If Doug could tell me where that is. Manage participant? No. More? Let's see. No. Okay. I don't hear Doug, so I'm just gonna keep going. All right.
Share the new screen. It'll probably not be there.
Oh,
There we
here.
go.
Disable attendee annotation. Yay. Okay, now you guys know how to do that. So once you shared the screen, there's like the little dots and you can do that. Okay, so now you can see it. Thank you, right, Michelle? You can see it? All right, so this is the front video that I was talking about in my text to her, that if she doesn't get to these bottom videos, which I want her to watch, then I definitely at least want her to watch this one. This one is really, really good, and it talks about the business, okay? And you guys are gonna want to watch that. And you can send that separately, you know, anytime there's a link, you can try to find the browser up here, you know, in the browser area, you just copy that. Or if it leads to YouTube, you go to YouTube and you get that link. So that's how you can also just text that. But the big deal that everybody's excited about are these stories down at the bottom. So this front page is a first exposure, or not a first exposure, but for introducing the business, okay? And what you want to do is you want to watch these videos and think of people. So that front video, you want to sit there and think of who should I send this to? And you can even write out people's names as you're watching the video. So it's kind of like reverse of, oh, I'm going to think of these people, then try to match the video. Sometimes it's the other way around. You have a resource, okay, who can I now send this resource to? So that's that one. But then there's all these lovely ones down at the bottom for athletes, entrepreneur, free spirits, medical professionals, parents. I didn't get to watch the military one or the primetime one. There's teachers, professionals. What I started doing, which I think you guys will be able to see on my screen, is I started to take notes because I want to know, like, and I know where he is, but I want to know where Ricky Prohl is, right? So I wrote some of the people here. So first video, athletes, and I wrote the names: Jeff Olson, Chastity Snowden, Ricky Prohl. I'm not sure I got Mary Monroe right for soccer. And then the free spirit entrepreneurs, like if I'm trying to remember, oh, which video was Sherry Stabil, you know, on, or Jake Kelly, or which one is Janet Roberto on. So, you know, Janet Roberto's on our other product videos. Maybe I want to be able to say, hey, she's also on a business video. So I've got notes that as they were talking, I was typing. So really take, you know, take a hold of your business, dive in and really make the most of it to where you learn your resources so that you can really share them. So Michelle, I know you were excited about some of these. Do you want to tell which ones you're most excited about?
I actually like all of them. I think the ones that talk to me a lot are the athletes, because I'm always surrounded by people that are athletic, and also the medical professional ones were really good. I'm currently like talking with the chiropractor, and there was a chiropractor on there towards the end, and a young chiropractor, another young doctor, mentioned his story before kids, and you know, this chiropractor is pretty young, so there were just so many different stories I heard that I could really see connecting with certain people. So they were all really good though. Great videos.
And these videos are Zooms of like 5 different people on there with their stories. So, you know, they say stories sell. So you want to just expose people to the community, to the different videos, and say, hey, I just heard a bunch of stories from athletes or teachers. I'd love for you to listen. Down at the bottom is that flip book. Well, is it there anymore? I think they might have changed it. Where'd it go? Huh. Expanding your options. I think it was down at the bottom before. But anyway, this is the flip book that maybe they'll end up flipping through also, you know, which is a brochure of ours. And it's real general. And this is not our VF presentation. We have that on another website on Mission Driven Model. So you know, if they happen to look at that booklet, that's awesome. Okay. It says, interested in learning more, contact the person who shared this information with you. So when they see the top, though, it'll say home page, which is where we're at now, get started, FAQs, videos, compensation plan, and documents. Pretty much all these things are closed to them unless they have a password. So then they might just be very curious and say, hey, you know, I can't get into these other things. You know, maybe they want to go to the compensation plan, and you'll have to give them the password, so you'll at least be able to track what it is that they're interested in. Okay. There are no videos right now under compensation plan. I just want to tell you that so you don't waste your time wondering. It's coming. Okay. And same with videos. There are no extra videos right now under here, except for, I love that it goes right to the Juice Plus YouTube channel. So there'll be more coming. And then I'll get to getting started in FAQs. And I want to show you that any documents that are on here are under documents, which is cool. So some of them are from the starter guide, and some of them are just order forms. And there's other forms that are referenced in the starter guide that are here as well. Okay, so those are just extra documents. So really the two main things that you want to focus on are learning those first people's videos in the front, but then really going to getting started. And that's what we're going to look at right now. And so hopefully you guys, some of you may have downloaded your starter guide. I had to play with it this morning and realize, okay, so if you just click here and you start typing, not a good idea. You have to download it like onto your computer. This looks like it's downloading, but it's not. So you have to actually save it. And Doug, do you want to explain that? Like right now, I might think it's downloaded, but it's not.
Okay, basically, when you click on it there,
Yeah.
it's opening it using your web browser, and it's not going to save the next time you go there. So what you want to do is save it into a different folder or onto your desktop, and then when you go to open it, I know with Mac, you can say open with, and I think you can do the same thing with PC. In fact, I did on my son's PC today. You say open with, and then you can choose to open it with, on Mac, you would use preview. On PC, I was able to use Microsoft Word. So that way you'll be able to save it as your own document later rather than just a web document. Hopefully that helps.
Yeah, and it says, sorry, and save it to the computer and all that. So I had to find it, I think, on my desktop, and then I had to save it in my name. So I've been working on it since. I think I lost some stuff earlier, so that's why I want to make sure you guys don't lose anything. When you start typing, you get so excited. And then the other thing that I noticed when I start typing, if I get to the end of the box, I have to start over here. And I did tell Brian Rose about that, and he said in 2.0, version 2.0, they'll be working on things like that. So this is not, you know, just a one and done. They're going to constantly be making this site better and better. And so anyway, it's very good. And so I'm going to show you my starter guide. It's really pretty. And I love that we can type on it, or we can print it and use it. And then you're supposed to, at the same time, look at your videos. So let's see. Like for one thing, before the starter guide is when people listen to the Casting Vision video. And what I've heard from NMDs like Brian Rose, Julie Herbst, Leanne Gordon, Amy Getz, is that we really want people to go ahead and watch these little videos and do their starter guide, and then we meet with them. How awesome would that be? You know, so that they've already done a lot of the homework while they're excited, they're learning. I mean, who wouldn't think that they're going to get trained for about an hour from our company? So this is really a great training, so that we are having training that is simple and duplicatable. And so we want to just send them here, have them download the starter guide and fill out those questionnaires, because then when you get to meet with them, they will have already been thinking. They will have already constructed somewhat of a story and things like that. So let me just show you in general what it looks like. And then, and we're not going to keep you too late tonight, because I kept you too late the other night. So anyway, this is all about making your lists with Jenna and Jake Rude, and they do a great little video about it. And so the big deal, or it might look like a big deal as far as how many pages are in the starter guide, is a lot of memory jogger. Now, when I started, they said that you know about 700 people by the time you're 30. Now, I don't think there's enough slots for 700, but maybe that was like 200. Maybe they thought, well, we'll just do 200. And really, it's a plan for not just now, but into the future. You write down people, all the people like in your family, all the people that your mom knows, all the people that your sister knows, all the people, that you used to work with at this place, that you used to work with at that place, and you just really let your memory go to different places where you know people and you write them down. And it's really kind of a free for all. So then with their video, they teach you how to figure out, are they warm market or not? Or are they red, yellow, or green is how they do it. And so very interesting. And it really helps you. These are the types of things that I did all the time. Even, I hate to admit it, but even while sitting at church, my mind would be thinking of people and I would be writing them down. I know Doug's like, no, you shouldn't have said that, but it's true. So, when you're finally still, your mind's like going everywhere. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to write a new memory jogger list. Anyway, so sharing your product story gives you great little bullet points, and then you finally write your story. And then same with the business story, great. And you're also listening to that video, then you're doing it. So you really have direction and you have application. It's so good. And then the people are going to talk to your people about events, so that then when you come together, you say, which events sounded good to you. They suggested this or that. And so then you will already know because they will have already written stuff down. And then I love that they write here, jot down some key takeaways. So when you are orienting your person to their starter guide, make sure you say, take notes on that video, so that, anything that stands out to you, write that down on your starter guide. And it says, share this sample invitation with your sponsor. So it's really directing people. I love that. And then social media, they have the training that was on the main stage by Deanne Rose as that video, teaching people about social media, and then having them list the 4 areas of personal interest that they could post about. So that gives you more launching points for that type of training. And then key takeaways as you listen to the training on the art of follow-up. So really good, expanding your team. And then they have a little worksheet on your dream team, the people that you'd love to work with. People use this, like say you wanted to schedule a 3-way call with your upline and have them know a little bit about that person that they're going to talk to with you. This is really good. Or this is stuff to help make you think, and I love it. I started filling this out earlier today. And then Beverly Grandison closes it out with some good words of advice and pulling it all together. And so this is also the end of the starter guide, which pulls it together. Very well done. You want to definitely use this. And I think that new people will also be glad to see the Q&A section. And it really is so good. I was listening to those. You can listen to them while you're driving in the car. You don't have to watch. I'm trying to get back. Sorry, guys. You don't have to watch them. But again, it's jogging your memory. Like I talked to somebody about whey protein versus soy. And so there's a video about that on here. Let's see, under FAQs. So FAQs are really good. Wendy Campbell's on there, about whether or not certain diseases could be helped with Juice Plus, stuff like that. So check this out. Everything people ask, basically, how Juice Plus is made, is it non-GMO, about soy, about the research, whether the research is paid for by our company, and does Juice Plus cure this or that? And you could see Wendy Campbell's name. And so when you come down here and you want to send this to somebody, for me, I can right click on that, or I guess you can copy that right there and send it to yourself somehow, or if you're on your phone, you can copy it, or you go to that video and then share it with that little box with the arrow. And then there's business questions. Very cool. And some really great people on these videos about how to set up the website and how to take care of customers, how do I change a shipment. I mean, they really outdid themselves. So that is an overview of the website. And then we're going to take it apart a little bit over some other weeks and have you share your story, have you share your why, things like that. And a lot of people are wondering, how does this connect with mission-driven model? So what you want to do is use the Freedom Revolution first, okay? And you want to just leave that for them in the beginning. Help them get some customers, help them get events, all that stuff. But then as questions come up or there's gaps, go yourself to Mission Driven Model and get those links that might be missing. Like say they want more information on how to do social media posting, but it's not there, then come here and get it for them. Julie has arranged this in a different way so that these are lists, these tabs. And so the getting started list, that one is after you do the Freedom Revolution. And it really just fills in the gaps of things that really are kind of no-brainers anyway. You know, they're going to fill out their application, they're going to get their welcome emails. Some of those things are just done right away. But I think the big thing on here that we want to remember is to ask the person, you know, what would $500 or $1,000 a month change in your life or for your life, you know? That's a really good thing. Meet the national marketing director. For any new person you sign up, we definitely want to help give vision and have that meeting with the national marketing director. And then I think it's going to become just natural for you to have them on Voxer and Facebook and to tell them about the fast track. So these things are here and scheduling events right away. So that is the getting started checklist on Mission Driven Model. And these other tabs are really cool. They just kind of list things and you can click on them. So check out that as well. But for now, really dive into the Freedom Revolution website. So I'm gonna ask Dougie to close us out here and
Woo. Okay. Hey, yeah, you know what? I just wanted to point out to everybody, as especially leaders, that you hear Michelle, who's like on fire and on her moving quickly, and if not moving quickly, certainly one of the all-stars of the business scene right now with her video and all that stuff. But you notice people like Michelle and Jules, and you hear Sharon, and you see that Sharon's actually doing the checklist. And I just wanted to point out that, you know, the leaders are doing it and watching all the videos. And like Sharon said, they're learning the resource so they can use the resource. If we don't learn the resource, we're not going to be comfortable like really digging in and using it. So, and be thinking about it. I love that Jules just asked the question, you know, if we could search the topics of the videos. And no, I don't think you can, because the title of the video is on the video. So I'm going to suggest to Brian Rose that they at least type out the name of the video or the topic. That way we could search for them. So that's a good idea. But make sure you're digging in and spend a little time going through the website. That's going to excite you. That's going to give you vision for how you can use it. That's going to, like Sharon said, you keep a little list like, oh yeah, these teachers, I know this teacher, that teacher, this teacher. And I love that idea. I didn't even think of that last one, that first one Sharon had, to just say, hey, I love this. Our company has this new website, you know, check it out. I'd love to know what you think of that first video on the front page. You know, and that's a great one to send somebody you've talked about the business with in the past, but they've kind of gone a little bit dead. This is a new way to just reintroduce the conversation in a very innocent way, just having them check out this new resource from the company. So I think that's awesome. I'm excited to keep digging into this and finding ways we can use it and sharing more with you guys over the weeks. So I think we're all wrapped up here, Sharon.
Okay, hopefully we got you excited so that you can go dive in. It won't take long and it'd be really good for you guys. All right, have a good night.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you.
Good night.